Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today marks a huge milestone in the fuzzy DTE world because I am back on YouTube after 8 months. Now, it's been a while. This is going to start off a little bit sad because there's a reason why I've not been here for 8 months. Unfortunately, about 2 years ago, my mum was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and over the last 8 months, I've been caring for her and seeing through her end-of-life process, which has been really, really difficult. It's put a strain on a lot of things in my life, such as my working relationships, my living situations. I had to move cities. I had to do a whole host of different things, and I had some great momentum that was going on this YouTube channel. Everybody was, bigging me up. Everybody was there and everyone was there for me, and I was traveling all over the world and all these different places. And unfortunately, that all came to a halt. Now, I am here to be back, but I'm here to tell you as well that my ideas and where I want to go with this channel has shifted a little bit. My mum was such a huge philanthropist. She fed the homeless, she helped those in need, she was a youth worker, she ran a food bank, she ran a community garden and a community group called Project Derby. It's inspired me because before I went away on this short hiatus from YouTube, I was all about business, and I was all about opening these business bank accounts and making these websites and doing all these different things. And to be honest, the traction on that side of things wasn't huge anyway. People don't want to see you make it, or they don't want to give you props until the day when you actually make it. A lot of things have changed, and I want to change the direction that I'm going in. See, my mum ran this community project called Project Derby. And what I'm going to do, I've now found myself as the operations coordinator for Project Derby. So a huge chunk of what happens on this channel is going to be me doing amazing things, changing the world, and especially changing things in Derby, feeding those in need and not seeing anybody go hungry. Because my mum was in hospital so much, a lot of things changed and a lot of things got put on the back burner when it comes to Project Derby. There is huge funding opportunities, there's huge expansion opportunities, but obviously, recently, these things have not been done. I'm now here to change the way Project Derby runs. And as the operations coordinator, I've gone all in. This was a huge risk. I've recently quit my job. I'm getting kicked out of my house. I've got till the 22nd of May to get out. That gives me literally 20 days, less than 20 days, less than 3 weeks to pack up all my belongings and go and find somewhere new to live. I need to find new sources of income, and I need to do a lot of things, such as create policies, create better volunteer roles, get funding. I'm going to try and get £20,000 as a grant to be able to not only pay myself, maybe pay some of the volunteers, but also to be able to secure some incredible funding for Project Derby and change the way that people think about this. It's a starting point, and to be honest, it's going to take time and it's going to take effort. Join me on the journey because we're back. We're back on YouTube, baby. After 8 months without posting, we're back. And it's going to take a little bit of a kick up the arse from you guys to give it a bit of a push and give it a like and a share. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Leave us a comment, tell us what you want to do. But we are officially back. Now, you might have seen Project Derby in a few of the early videos when I was painting the summer house and giving you little walkthroughs of what happens in the community garden. But Project Derby is more than just a little community centre. It's a hub, it's a vibrant place of life, and it's a much, much, much bigger task than what you might actually believe. It's going to take so much hard work every single day. And I might some days be struggling to get food. Luckily, it's a food bank, Project Derby isn't just a small community centre with a little garden plot. There's so much more around the logistics that goes into it and creating it and setting it up and keeping it running. There's a lot of relationships, there's a lot of volunteers. And I'll be honest, everything is just a little bit of a mess. So there's a huge amount of things that we're going to have to do to pull this back in check and to make it be the powerhouse that it needs to be. There's a community centre just here. The garden is down here. We grow all our own food, we make our own produce, and we work in conjunction with the Derby Food for Thought Alliance, which is a charity that gives out over £500,000 worth of food every single year. We're here to make a difference on the streets of Derby, and I want to do something that genuinely helps people. I've outlined some of the crisis on this channel that happens in Derby. People who are on drugs, people who are homeless, people who are on the streets, but I've not really gone into enough detail about raising the awareness of what we actually need to do in this city and around this area. I also don't want to limit it. So I'm kind of thinking of creating a parent company, which is a charity. I want to officially register as a charity and have Project Derby as a branch off it, and then maybe go further afield. It's such a huge momentum of opportunity, but I think the main gear shift which has happened here is me going from wanting to be like a businessman who gets loads of money in business, who's just going to flaunt it and be a bit of an idiot on this channel, to actually making a difference to real people's lives. And it's my mum and the way that she inspired me that has come about that shift in my mentality and my approach. But it's going to be so much bigger than just Derby. Let's see what we can actually do. Unfortunately, about 2 months ago, my mum did actually pass away. So throughout this process of caring and trips back and forth to the hospital, being there for her and watching her go through this terrible, debilitating disease, which unfortunately ended her life, YouTube has obviously not been high on my priority list. That's all about to change. And it's actually inspired me to change the direction of where this channel goes. Now, I've posted about Project Derby a few times, and I've showed you the community garden, which I'm in now. I've showed you the community centre. I've showed you the food bank process and all these different things that my mum did because she was a huge philanthropist. She helped those in need. She helped those recovering from addiction. She helped those that were hungry. She helped those that would have been sat at home on Christmas, or even people who have never in their life had a Christmas dinner. It's given me a shift in my momentum, because before I started this, it was all about creating a business, becoming financially free, becoming location free, and all these different things. And I've kind of had a switch in my mentality and my approach, because now I want to do things a little bit differently, but I still want to keep YouTube in my heart and carry on posting and pick up some momentum. I want to make my mum proud, to be honest. And she created everything that you see here, Project Derby, the summer house, the polytunnel. It was all off one woman's back, and she changed the way that things are around here. This community has always had a little bit of a community spirit and a community vibe, but she changed it. She made it inclusive. She helped people, and she made sure that nobody went without a meal. And that is essentially what I am going to do. So I quit my job. I've gone all in. Now, I've taken one of the biggest risks of my life, because I've quit my job, cold turkey, no money, no savings, no nothing. I'm going to go all in, but I've now found myself as the operations coordination manager for Project Derby. Basically, I'm taking over from where my mum left off. And this is going to be a little bit of a series which is going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to refine the volunteer agreements. I'm going to get better quality volunteers. Not that our volunteers aren't great already, but I'm going to improve it. I'm going to improve pest control. I'm going to register us as an actual charity. I'm going to do better things with the business banking. I'm going to apply for grants. Now, you saw on this channel before, I applied and successfully got a £1,000 grant to get this camera that I'm talking to you on right now. But I'm going to up the game. I'm going to go for £2,500, and then I'm going to go for £20,000, not only to pay myself a living wage that I can live on so that I can help all these people, but also to get great and amazing funding opportunities to get money in to be able to feed the people and the hungry people that are around the local area. And Derby is just the beginning. We may go to the UK, we may expand, we may even start going abroad and helping people everywhere. But the whole mentality shift that's going to be here is going to be around not just making business, becoming financially free and changing my life. I want to help people and change everybody's life. I want to change anyone who's struggling. I want to be there to support people. And this is the shift in what this YouTube channel is going to achieve. And I am not going to give up until I have succeeded. I told you, I've quit my job. I've done everything. And I'm getting kicked out of my house because obviously it was my mum's tenancy. I was on the tenancy, but I moved in with her to be able to give her the support at the end of the life. And unfortunately, I cannot keep that tenancy. So I've got less than 20 days to get out of my property. I've got to find somewhere new to live. I've got to expand Project Derby. I've got to find myself a living wage. And this is a huge challenge to be able to completely transform not only everybody else's life I'm going to be helping, but my life as well. I've become a lot more minimalistic, and to be honest, it's just a shift. I keep saying the word shift, but it's a shift in the way that I'm going to think about my own life. Instead of it being all about me, now it's time to help people. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Project Derby. Throughout the process of these last 8 months when my mum's been really ill, because she ran everything, things have kind of fell behind a little bit. Everyone's in a bit of a squabble as to who wants to be the boss and everything else. So I thought, you know what, let's just secure it. I'll be the boss and I'll make it bigger and better than it ever has been before. I had a meeting the other day with our partner, which is Derby Food for Thought Alliance. They provide £500,000 worth of food. Give it away. They give it away. £500,000 worth of food every single year to be able to support those in need around us. I've secured a brand new, so they do deliveries every week. We get deliveries from Costco and we get deliveries from Food for Thought themselves to be able to provide emergency food parcels to those around the area and in the Derby area. We also do something called a £5 shop, which will be going up to a £6 shop, but it's still a fraction of the price of what someone will pay in a shop or a supermarket. I'm going to do you a whole breakdown video of all the incredible things that are going on already, but also show you the expansion plans of everything that I'm going to change. Fozzy DTE is upgrading, uploading, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever before, and you're going to see a complete momentum shift and a change in the way that I approach this YouTube channel. I'm back, baby. I'm going to make this a short video, and I'm going to talk to you about a hell of a lot of things. I'm also going to be releasing a brand new series about a little obscurity in UK business, which is disability accessibility. There's some crazy things going on, and I've been undercover for the past year to try and understand what really goes on at a little company. So keep your eyes peeled for that, because that is going to be incredible. It's going to blow your minds. So, as well as letting you know what's going on behind the scenes with accessibility to Glastonbury and Alton Towers and the mess that's going on there, I'm also going to show you the incredible things that we're going to create at Project Derby. So keep your eyes peeled. This is a short video. My name's Grant, or Fozzy, as some of you know me. Let's change the world, and especially let's start with Derby. Peace.